Hey YouTube, on top of Summer Cup, there's also Ultra League on this week. So we're looking at our first video submitted in this Ultra League by Ethan. Cresselia, TYPHLOSION with the new Thunder Punch, and Feraligatr. So this team is, I think, pretty strong, right? You have TYPHLOSION and Feraligatr, which can be more glassy, but super hard hitting, right? Super great, just moves all around. Incinerate, that Thunder Punch, Blast Burn, and then Shadow Claw, Hydro, and Ice Beam. So good coverage all around with those two. And then Cress is just your like super bulky Pokemon. Like Cress can have problems with steals. Steel, you can cover steals on the back. Grass, you can cover grass with, I guess grass. Well, I guess you have Ice Beam for Alligator too. Obviously TYPHLOSION. So like it seems like you can cover the majority. There's not anything off the top of my mind that I was like, ooh, you're gonna get punished. But maybe there will be in the battles. But let's take a look at them. Defense Deoxys. This is gonna be a long match. So. Defense Deoxys is very bulky. Cresselia is very bulky. Rock slides are going to hit okay. I've got to imagine advantage Cresselia because at least the Psycho Cuts are neutral. But again, this is going to be a very spammy long matchup here. Yeah, there's no reason to get out. You just kind of play this matchup out and see what happens next here. I don't think one Moonblast takes out, so it's almost wondering if you just do two Grass Knots from this range. Moonblast is not a legacy move. So going for the Moonblast, not enough to take out, and you're still going to need a Grass Knot. That's kind of why I figured. Like, I figured that it wouldn't take out, so I'm guessing from that range, two Moonblasts, and that's just something that you're like, I don't know how much each move does, but like you've already thrown two Moonblasts and you can kind of see that the third Moonblast wasn't going to get you there anyways. So at that point, I think it's better just to go two Grass Knots. Just like take a look at like how much damage is being done on these moves when you're throwing them, just to like keep in mind that. So they switch. They want to take, so they shield. They want to take switch. They do not get to another move, but they will take switch. Ooh, Talonflame is not going to like this. Going to go for the CMP is my guess. Yeah, smart play. It's just Incinerate such a long move that it's tough to like over farm. Sorry, I'll show you guys later. My daughter set up a whole house table under this. So grab a shield. Oh, this game's over. Just gonna go straight Blast Burn, and this game's over. Then you align on the coming into Claw, and yeah, this does not matter. Okay. Cresselia into Walrein. So good lead with Grass Knots here. Let's see if they chip and try and catch, or they just try and catch, or just going to try and go straight Earthquake, which I don't know if that's actually the better move. Nope, just going for the Icicle Spears. Yeah, Icicle Spears I think is the way to go. But Grass Knot super effective. Probably only does like 50%. Not even. Holy tank of Walrein. Or just a I think it's a combo. I think it's like the tankiness of Walrein and the non-stab low attack of Cresselia. So this matchup is going to be way closer than I thought it would be. Because I'm so used to like two Grass Knots taking out Waters in the Great League with Cress. But this is going to take three. You can maybe get aggressive with the farm down, but Icicle Spears are coming pretty fast. So yeah, I was supposed to say you can't quite take it down, so you have to throw, but you get a little energy coming out, so that was a good little farm up there. Giratina. So I assume your Giratina answer is for Alligator. Obviously, Shadow Claw, Ice Beam, you kind of have to. Yeah, you have to stand because you really can't get the TYPHLOSION on this, so you have to stand here. And now, ooh. This is kind of one core breaker. This is not bad though, because you're so spammy that you should be able to shield one and get or just going to go with the only problem with this is they can now just straight Icy Wind you. Right? Counter and just Icy Wind, lower your attack like multiple times. So these Claws and Ice Beam don't add up as much. Going straight for the Scald. Did they get the lowered attack anyways? Oof. Lower. Bad combo. Scald hits a little harder and then lowering the attack. Now the question, now you have to start shielding because these counters are adding up too much. the Giratina is loaded, so it's going to be able to claw you out here. And this game's over because they can just like multiple claw you multiple times. Yeah, you go into Typhlosion because you got the Thunder Punch. What happened here? You had this, you instant Typhlosion because you got the Thunder Punch. Oh, I think you have to shield. This is where you screwed up. I think you have to shield this and try and get one Thunder Punch off because, again, Claw's neutral, but Hydro Cannon and Ice Beam are resisted. And the advantage goes to Poliwrath because Poliwrath at least gets stab counter. So you did two things there. You allowed, basically, you're going to lose the fast move matchup. You're going to lose the counter versus the thing. You don't have enough damage on Feraligatr with the resisted moves to take out Poliwrath from this range. So you need to shield, chip, then go down. And if they shield, you probably get a second one off. But you need to get this chip damage on... Sorry, you need to get this... They already used their shield. You need to get the chip damage on Poliwrath with the Typhlosion because then there's no win con for thing. And then you're too low, so it doesn't matter. And I think I skipped way too far ahead. So you go down. You're going to go down here. Yeah, so that's why you lost the game. You needed to do that. Okay. Dragon Breath, a little better for you. As taking neutral Dragon Breath as opposed to super effective claws. Moonblast does just under 50. The Psycho Cuts will add up enough. Still not throwing. Maybe they're trying to catch or something, but they're going to have to start shielding now. Yeah. They can have multiple claws, but it's probably going to take multiple claws to take you out. Shadow Force. Not claws. Sneak. Shadow Sneak. I did not expect the Shadow Force there. But now they're probably just going to chip with Dragon Claws. Just kind of spam them out. I think it's almost worth throwing just so you don't get taken out here. Like, not taken out, but like additional chip. So that's great. Down a shield. Obstagoon comes in. I think you throw one Hydro and bail immediately into Typhlosion. Because you just don't want to do triple resisted claws. Right? So here's the problem. What you're doing is you're just doing like triple resisted claws that aren't going to do anything. They're going to charge up just as a quick of a rate as you, and these Hydros are not doing enough. And then you're leaving Typhlosion in the back to just see whatever. So yeah, I think you probably need to make that switch a little quicker. But now, unless you were trying to like absorb damage and then you did pivot. Maybe you were just trying to absorb damage and then pivot. Honestly, okay, good. Get this off. If they got a move off, I would say you had to shield, because or else you're just going to get countered down, and they're just going to try and sweep with Obstagoon, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, I think even if they didn't spin out here, I think with the two shields and how fast Incinerate generates energy, that it probably would have been a win anyways. Okay, Togekiss. Yeah, just worse. Again, this is kind of like why... this is my... Again, Feraligatr and Typhlosion are both, at this point, somewhat safe now. Feraligatr way more safe than Typhlosion, but you can argue it's the same. But Cress is also safe. This is like a triple safe team. But it's also like Cress has been generally used as a safe swap forever and ever. And so being double weak to grass, I mean, like super weak to fire here is a decision, but especially with Typhlosion buff and everyone using it. But you might have to throw it. They're going to get another move off. You can commit. Yeah, you have to commit the two shields now. Anyways, what I was saying was like Cress on the lead, Blast Burn. Cress on the lead is kind of like my style of like now leading something safe to just kind of know that you can take switch or decide what you want to do. And they speaking about a decision, I wouldn't expect a team double weak to grass to make smart plays, but double shielding when you know you have the Cress with the grass knot. Nice catch. Nice. I don't understand. I don't understand. You make a team double weak to fire, which, okay, there's not a ton of fire, but with Skeledirge, a staple for like 2 years, and now everyone using Typhlosion, it is a decision to have two things that are just going to get killed by fire. It is another thing to also double shield a fire Pokemon, and then you make a catch like that. I don't get people. I don't understand how people have this, how a person in GBL can have such a wide range of stuff that they're good and bad at concurrently. Anyways, nice catch. Going for the farm down. Not going to get it. Ancient Power is not going to take you out anyway, so you're fine just to claw down here. Have energy coming out. One Hydro will launch. Probably do 50%, and the other one to take it out. Or like leave it with like 1 HP or whatever. Blastoise. Spicy. Gengar. Yeah, getting in here where you're doing super effective with the claws. Gengar really chips, so yeah, you probably need to shield up anything. As I hope it's not an Ice Punch. You might want to grab a shield back here. No, you're going to lose CMP. You got to throw it before. You'll live, but yeah, you got to throw that. You got to throw that before to... I was just saying, Gengar's not going to lose CMP against many things. Because Gengar is so glassy, but so attack heavy. You got to... It will get one shot by Hydro. You need to throw that Hydro before to grab a shield or take it out. There's no reason to CMP here, lose, take a ton of damage, and now they can decide if they want to shield and flip switch or just let it go and go shield advantage. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to let it go shield advantage. They may come the Blastoise and just water gun you down. That's what I would do. Or Grass 2. I would have come the Blast again, but I guess both are resisted. It's such a bad Pokemon. They resist the... Okay. This game's over. Yeah, when you're running two starters and the two starters are Sceptile and Blastoise, you're not a good team builder or you don't have a lot of Pokemon. Like, you should never be using those two Pokemon in. And that's the thing. Like, maybe you don't have the Pokemon, right? It's early in the season. Maybe people just do not have the Ultra League Pokemon to compete. But Blastoise and Sceptile are not two that you should be using if you have other options, right? There's literally like 15 other starter Pokemon that have had community days that you would use before you use these two Pokemon. So Hydro Cannon, man, just Cress is so danky. Just eating these Hydros. They'll take you out, and now you just incinerate down for the win. Not even take you out. Holy smokes. Okay. So throw this and then instant swap and incinerate down and shield up a move. Okay, Cress and Walrein. We've seen how surprisingly bulky Walrein is to be able to take these moves. Again, so these Icicle Spheres will come fast. He will take switch, but there's one. Here comes the second one. CMP. This is why Ultra League is a little not boring. No, Earthquake is not the right move. Just keep going Icicle Spear. It's the second time I kicked it. I'll show you guys at the end of the... It's quite the house setup she has under my table here. This is... I'm in the basement where I shoot the videos. So I shoot the videos in the basement and then I also work down here in this corner. So I'm just like kicking her stuff because this is also the kids' playroom. Multifunctional. Man caves are not a thing when you're a dad of young kids. So Shield and Breerbird, I think it is worth the shield there. Walrein will come in, Fine. Just take the move. Resist it at that. You're generally good at counting. That's one thing I noticed. You've been pretty good at like counting and trying to maximize your energy when possible. Just the problems of like couple of questionable CMP ties. So Swampert, great lead. They may throw Hydro and then get out, because Hydros do chip or catch the grass knot on the Reggie. Really nice catch. That's why you either don't throw right on the one. Again, I'm also very bad at doing this, but that's why you don't throw immediately on the when you get to the move, or you just wait the half a second to see if they're doing another mud shot. But you took that out. I'm assuming this is going to be like a double steal team. Now this is going to come punish you. Good timing on their part. Hydro should take you out shadow on shadow here. So you're committing the shield to get a Blast Burn off. Blast Burn probably will do well over 50% shadow on shadow here. Well over 50. Holy smokes. But now you have a decision to make. Do you shield and try and get one more off? Instant swap, or will this go through? Yeah, that's the only thing I was worried about, is that they were so far ahead on energy. I think if you're reading that there's another steal in the back and you want to keep this alive, you have to like make this catch on a Feraligatr. Yeah, make it on the Feraligatr. Or Cress if you really want to. But if you're reading another steal in the back, make it on the Feraligatr. Try and keep this alive. It's just like they were so loaded with energy. And the Incinerate, again, this is the problem. Incinerate is a 5-turn move. So you will be locked in that move. They can go for something as spammy that goes 5-4, 5-4 of a Swampert for Hydro Cannons. To be locked in for a 5-turn move, that gives them 2 mud shots each time. They're gonna spam these Hydro Cannons. So you're gonna go down here, lose switch, lose shields, down 2 shields. Out comes a Skeldurge. You may grab some back here. Try to make a catch. They heads up. So Shadow Ball will not take out from this range. Will hurt. Will not take out. Let's see if they. Let's see if they let this go or not. If they're worried about future state, they'll shield. If they know it's resisted, they'll let it go, and then they'll just farm up. Probably put you in Disarming Voice here. So I expect a Disarming Voice to take you out. Did they undercharge? Did they undercharge, or did Disarming Voice clearly do that little to a Cress? I think they were trying for an undercharge to get 2 more there so they can go Hydro. They go Shadow Ball here. Or back-to-back Disarming Voices. Going back-to-back Disarming Voices. Disarming Voice I know is a bad move, but that really did nothing on Cress. This, you will take out what's left. I forget how much is left on the Swampert. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I would have assumed that Disarming Voice in the red should have taken Cress out here. I don't know why it didn't. If they were undercharging, I don't think undercharge is the right move. I get that they wanted to come out with 2 moves, and I guess they didn't even come out with. I guess they didn't even need that shield too. So okay, I guess it was a good play, but just couldn't overcome that. Okay, so Giratina on the lead again. We've seen this, so we're just gonna go straight Moonblast. This one is a Claw, so now we are trying to. Once you chip, catching on Feraligatr is okay. These Claws again will chip. Like it could get 2 off, put you in the yellow, and then decide what to do from here. Could mirror match or something in the back here, or just decide to stay in, force you to throw a Hydro, which means they probably have another answer for Cress in the back. Or they know they can just like chip you a ton with the Claws here and then not have to be switch locked. And now they switch lock themselves and have to eat an Ice Beam. Oof. And now they get, now they're switch locked. You can't switch lock yourself like that. Regirock. This will be interesting. Regirock is very spammy. You got the grass knots. Again, resisted blast burn will do more than a neutral thunder punch, so this is the right move. They try and make a catch, which I think they're almost like happy that you're coming in here because they really need to get this Cress out here. But now you can probably just counter down and this game's over. I like how I say counter down as the catch-all for fast move down. You are fast moving them down. And you're gonna grab 2 shields in the process, and they know they screwed up. Yeah. Cress Ampharos. Neutral, especially if they have Brutal Swing. Actually, I may give the advantage to Ampharos. Just how Volt Switch, Brutal Swing combo will probably add up really quick on Cress here. Get a Moonblast. Again, one move will not take out, but you may be able to go Moonblast Grass Knot here. We'll get a second move off. Now you need to make it... I think you'll live, and I think you get to go Grass Knot. But if... I was going to say, yeah. They could just shield and farm down and take Switch. Oof. I think that may have just... not cost them, but... I feel like they had a lot of energy, so I feel like I would have shielded, came out with that energy and took Switch there if I were them. They're up a shield. No, they're not up shield. Even shield scenario. Now they're up a shield. They're probably going to use one right here. Incinerate charges so fast. The problem is down a shield, I think... Oh, with a bait move, you're screwed. Yeah, I think down a shield, I don't think that you would be able to overcome this anyways. They're commit the 2 shields. They are going to get to a move here. They already put you low. Again, counter just so good. Stab. They'll take Switch. You won't be able to take this out with one move here. They'll be able to counter you down a bunch and probably Icy Wind you... Icy Wind or Scald, what's the best move? I forget how much energy is in the back. I think I go Icy Wind there. Well, Scalger, yeah, Scalger is going to be able to just go down anyways. Yeah, okay. I forgot they have the Scalgers left. There's not much they can do when they have a Scalgers left in the back. Even a lowering of the attack is not going to do much to help those Hydros. Okay, Tapu Fini, good lead. If it's a Nature's Madness, I don't know. I mean, Grass Knots are super effective, so I assume that you're in generally still a good position here. I don't know how much Nature Madness does to a Cresselia, but I'm guessing it's not 50%. That's for sure. So, not much. Defense does fall. Farming up a bit. See if they shield and try and grab one back here before they switch. Yeah, they're going to shield and try and grab one back. So it's your decision. Because you're going to be, if it's Nature Madness again, you'll live. I was about to say, I saw one defense fall already, so I thought it would do a little more than that, but keep forgetting how bulky Cress is. Yeah, at this point, if I were them, it's like, it sucks, but you almost have to commit to the 2 shields and try and do something here. But now the claws are neutral. Again, Nature Madness comes pretty quick, but I don't even know if this is... Okay. Get the defense fall. You're just going to commit to the farm down. Depends on what comes in. You either throw or just... I mean, water's gone, so... Ooh. I don't know about this throw. Well... I just think, like, if it's going to... I just think if it's going to be 2 Thunder Punches anyways to take this out... Probably. I think you just instant... Especially from a Shadow... Thunder Punch probably does 50%. I probably just come immediately into this because I feel like you're still going to have to throw another one anyways. Let's see how much this does. Yeah, you can... Oh. Yeah, you got to shield. You got to try and get one Blast Burn off. This will chip because again, Guzzlord takes a lot of damage from charge moves, right? We've already gone over. Yeah, we've already gone over how much damage Guzzlord takes from charge moves, and it's a lot. I didn't think it was 2 blast burns worth. Holy smokes! Now you can claw and hydro down. I know it has like no defense, and that's why the charge moves do so much on it. It's bulky. I was about to say shield. It is just an acid spray, but you should be able to claw down before they get to another move. Yeah. And I remember you saying this was a 5-0, so good comeback in that one. Yeah, so thanks for the submission. Again, I think it's a very good team. Typhlosion with Thunder Punch really does make a big difference, especially with that shadow bonus. It just gives you like a... It's interesting. It's interesting because I understand why it makes so much of a difference, because you only had Blast Burn and a higher energy move. So you can only go Blast Burn, Blast Burn, Blast Burn. And in neutral to super effective situations with Thunder Punch, being able to bait that and just like potentially spam Thunder Punches. Like again, against the Tentacruel is a perfect example, just being able to get to like a super effective move, super effective, very quick move. It obviously changes the game substantially with Typhlosion. But yeah, but Blast Burn is what you're doing 90% of the time anyways, right? You're really only going Thunder Punch in super effective situations, or if you need to like bait. Otherwise, you're just going Blast Burn anyways, because Blast Burn, as you saw against the Guzzlord, just resisted Blast Burns just do so much, especially from a Shadow Typhlosion. So Thunder Punch definitely is an improvement for this Pokemon, but you're still just mostly going Blast Burn. But Thunder Punch gives you definitely that coverage and spamminess that it was missing before. So thanks for the submission. We are going to... I think we're going to combo subscriber battles for like the next like 2 or 3 days. I want to try, because when I got these submissions, I was like, perfect, I could do one of mine, one of yours, one of mine, one of yours. But if I'm still doing one of mine, one of yours, I'm not grinding with the team for more than like, it's not 2 sets anymore, but it's no more than like 3 sets to switch the team up and still have one every day. So I think with the number of submissions I saw for both Ultra League and Summer Cup from you guys, I think I'm going to just combo yours for the next like 2 or 3 days, and then potentially find some like real try-hard teams, because this is on again next week, right? So if I can like grind with some teams and be like, okay, grinded with these 2 teams really hard and like upload them next week, there's still a full week to run with it. So I think that's what we're going to try and do this week. We'll see. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.